Welcome to Fine Woodworking News for April 26th. I'm Ben Strano, and I have just enough gray to really help me focus the camera. See? Can really dial it in. When the grays pop, super sharp picture. All right, let's jump in. We've got a bunch of stuff today. Of course, we always have a bunch of stuff, right? First off, Rockler has their router table HalfLap Jig. And I was a little bit confused at what was going on with this at first, because I was like, what makes this a HalfLap jig? It just looked like a carriage for putting on the router table. But you've got your miter slots, and then you've got these little dogs here. So it's like a little MFT, like a micro MFT, if you will. And so that will line things up perfectly at 90 degrees, move the dogs, and align them up perfectly at 45 degrees. Kind of a cool concept, $79. Also on Rockler for $30.95, Ivac Pro Remote. It's basically just a remote to plug into your shop vac and click it on to make it start and stop. But yeah, super simple. Harbor Freight for $169.99 has an 8-inch bench grinder with a belt sander. It's a little 2x28 belt sander. I use a belt sander for sharpening a lot and shaping a lot of weird things, so I thought that this was kind of a cool combo. I've seen combos with bigger belt sanders than this, but this looks like a nice little size. Might be useful to some. Okay, so Festool has released their Capex KSC60 EB cordless sliding compound miter saw. We'll have a link for it at Highland and at Tools for Working Wood. And so here on Tools for Working Wood is the Festool cordless mobile dust extractor CTC MIDI I HEPA Plus Clean Tech. Basically a cordless shop vac. I don't ever see using a cordless shop vac, but I don't work a lot in the field, so maybe some of you do. And I thought you'd like to know about it. New at Grizzly, I've seen tool stands like this before, mobile tool stands. DeWalt had one that goes along with their DW735 planer, and looks like that kind of thing, but in green, super beefy stand. Looks about the size of a planer. And also in mobility, it looks like Laguna has released a retrofit, I believe, mobility kit for their 1412 and 14BX bandsaws. And it looks like it fits the Revo 1216 lathe as well. I always thought that those saws came with mobile bases, but it was one of the ones where you have the handle that attached to it, and you leverage it down and then yank it around the room. If you move your bandsaw around a lot, this might be a much easier way of doing that. Over at Heartwood Tools, Union Tools saddle markers are available. They're just super nicely milled markers. There's a 1 to 6, a 1 to 7, and a 1 to 8, as well as a 90 degree marker. So if you're in the market for a saddle marker, check it out. And there's also a set of all 4 available, and you'll save 5% that way. It looks like they're priced at like $22-ish, which is really nicely priced for a actual machined dovetail marker. Or if you get the whole set, you save 5% at $84.70. Woodpeckers has a new spline jig available, and I think that this one's pretty cool, especially at the price $129. It's a little bit premium, but not absurdly priced. If you do a lot of boxes, this would come in handy. I like the fact that it is super adjustable and can fit on just about any table saw, and it's simple and looks rock solid. So if you make a lot of boxes or picture frames or anything like that, this might be a really fun way to do your splines. Also from Woodpeckers, Ultra Shear. I didn't realize that Ultra Shear is their brand of router bits. It's Ultra Shear by Woodpeckers. They've been sending me emails about this stuff for God knows how long, and I just finally caught on. But big honkin' flab slattening? Flab slattening. Big honking flab. I just did it again. Big honking slab flattening and spoilboard flattening bit. It just looks like a beast. It has 3 carbide inserts, but out of stock already. I don't know what the price is. They usually had the price listed. But if this is your thing, be on the lookout. I guess get on Woodpecker's email list. Garrett Wade has giant black calipers, which is super cool. I am a fan of calipers, but I've never seen a set of calipers 24 inches. I am not the type to use calipers this large. I've switched to measuring things in millimeters, but somebody out there is going to be awesome. I needed huge calipers that measured up to 24 inches. Okay, so last time we had talked about a giveaway for a book that resides in my shop at all times. And all y'all said that I did a great job of hiding the cover, and it is The Craft of Veneering, a complete guide from basic to advanced by one Craig Thibodeau. This one lives in my shop, and it's honestly because there's minute little details that I like to have and about veneering. And I've been doing a lot more veneering lately, and those details are very, very important. And I know that I could just open up this book and get Craig's answer. And I know it's going to be a solid answer. And this book just happens to, I brought it in the house at one point and pulled it back out like 24 hours later, just because I use this book a lot for the little teeny tiny details about veneering questions that I have. So if you are like me and dabble with veneer, that's a good book for you. This one did have a winner, Dan Linsky. Is it The Craft of Veneering by Craig Thibodeau? And yes, I commented back to you to shoot me an email. Please do so, Dan. If you're watching, I haven't heard back from you yet. I want to get you a book. All right, back to more news. Oneida, you've got a few days for their April show us or capture your collector, dust collector photo contest thing. This month's photo contest is the best portable dust collection setup. And as before, first place gets a benchtop mini dust collector, second place gets a Dust W 2.5, and then the third place gets swag. Also from Oneida, a benchtop Pro variable speed HEPA dust collector. So if you do a lot of sanding and things like that, if you want to up your filtering at the source of your benchtop where you're making that dust, check that out from Oneida. And also a Supercell high pressure 14 gallon portable freestanding HEPA cyclone dust filter. Basically it's the Supercell with it's another Star Wars droid looking thing. It's, you know, the spy droids that float around. Yes, I have a 9-year-old and we're really into Star Wars right now. But if you wheel it all around your shop, this looks like a really mobile way of doing it. At the shop, we have a couple of the wheelbarrow style pushy aroundy Supercells, and they're super cool, but this looks like the next level of mobility. Woodcraft has a couple of cool things. Easy Inlay is now selling a metal leaf application starter kit. It comes with the adhesive and the brushes and some metal leaf. And for $15, I'm going to pick this up next time I'm in a Woodcraft, because I don't know when I'm going to do metal leaf, but for $15, I would love to have it available to me to just screw around with if I wanted to. So this is the adhesive, the brush, the mop brush, and polishing cloths. It does not come with the gold leaf, but they have gold leaf for $7.99, copper leaf for $7.99, and then imitation variegated gold metal leaf, 13 sheets for $14. And last but certainly not least, it looks like Woodcraft is carrying Total Boat, like a whole array of Total Boat stuff. I just picked out the penetrating epoxy sealer because that's probably what I would buy from them. But you see Total Boat all over the place with their epoxy, and now you can get it at your local Woodcraft probably. So check it out. So that does it for this edition of Woodworking News. We'll be back in 2 weeks with more woodworking news. If there's something that you think should be covered in the next edition of Woodworking News, leave a comment and get the conversation started. Or if there's something you're curious about, leave a comment. If you want to email me, you can email us at woodworkingnews@taunton.com. And we'll see you next time. Be safe in the shop. Bye.